Helen Zille, the federal chair of the Democratic Alliance, is with me.
I have to be absolutely frank, this outcome took us entirely by surprise. It's very interesting, and it does not make governance any easier. You must understand that in many of these places, we don't have stable majority coalitions. We have parties that voted for us on the day, but are not tied in any way to a program of action or a plan or a strategy or even conflict resolution mechanisms. So we could go into every single council meeting as a minority party that happens to be in government and that may or may not be in government by the end of that meeting. Now, that is not obviously the very best way to go into a bold program of service delivery and implementing your manifesto. It makes it extremely difficult. And so what we have to do is, in more and more places, to try and consolidate formal coalitions that are based on written coalition agreements and that have a joint plan of action to take the city in which that particular government is forward. It's extraordinarily difficult to do that as a party that happened to win an election, but that does not have the majority of the votes and that is expected to deliver. It's very, very hard. I mean, now we have to try and see where it is possible to establish proper majority coalitions. And in some places, let me be quite frank, it is not possible. We have said that we will not go into coalition with the EFF or the ANC, and that leaves us with opposition parties that we're very happy to go into coalition with. But in some places, all the opposition parties together won't be as much as the ANC unless the opposition parties include the EFF. And that creates a massive dilemma for us. I said in all the debate around Johannesburg that the choice was not between the DA and Herman Mashaba or between Herman Mashaba and the ANC. The choice was essentially between the ANC and the EFF, and that is exactly how it played itself out. Well, in many places, the arithmetic isn't in our favor. I mean, the bottom line is if you want to form a stable government, you have to get a coalition that can together put together enough seats to have 50% plus one. That is what you need to take decisions, to pass budgets, to pass bylaws, to implement your policies. That's what you need. And if you don't have that, it makes it very precarious because you keep on having to rely on the support of your opponents. And of course, that can change from meeting to meeting. And then in most places, except the Western Cape, we have a very hostile province to deal with as well. So we must realize what a challenge this is going to be. And people mustn't euphorically think, well, there the DA is, the DA's won, the DA can now implement its manifesto, the DA can now appoint all its people. No. We also inherit municipalities and administrations full of ANC cadres and full of people with vested interests in maintaining tenders, contracts, and the power over appointments to take those critical decisions. So it is an enormously challenging task. And while everybody is sitting here wanting to crack open the champagne and have a lovely evening, a lovely day of it, let me tell you that I'm sitting here wondering how this little dog that caught the bus is going to manage it.